Episode number 71. I depend upon your word. You may. That Agnon bowed to MME. Bonacieux, dating at the most loving glance that he could possibly concentrate upon a charming little person, and while he descended the stairs, he heard the door closed and double-locked. In 2 bounds he was at the Louvre. As he entered the wicket of LHL, 10 o'clock struck. All the events we have described had taken place within half hour. Everything fell out as MME. Bonacieux prophesied. On hearing the password, Germain bowed. In a few minutes, Laporte was at the lodge. In 2 words that Agnon informed him where MME Bonacieux was. Laporte assured himself, by having it twice repeated, of the accurate address, and set off at a run. Hardly, however, had he taken 10 steps before he returned. "Young man," said he to D'Artagnan, "a suggestion." "What?" "You may get into trouble by what has taken place." "You believe so?" "Yes. Have you any friend whose clock is too slow?" "Well, go and call upon him, in order that he may give evidence of you having been with him at 9:30. In a court of justice that is called an alibi." D'Artagnan found this advice prudent. He took to his heels, and was soon at M. de Treville's, but instead of going into the saloon with the rest of the crowd, he asked to be introduced to M. de Treville's office. As D'Artagnan so constantly frequented the hotel, no difficulty was made in complying with his request, and a servant went to inform M. de Treville that his young compatriot, having something important to communicate, solicited a private audience. 5 minutes after, M. de Treville was asking D'Artagnan what he could do to serve him, and what caused his visit at so late an hour. "Pardon me, monsieur," said D'Artagnan, who had profited by the moment he had been left alone to put back M. de Treville's clock 3/4 of an hour, "but I thought, as it was yet only 25 minutes past 9, it was not too late to wait upon you." 25 minutes past 9. Cried M. de Treville, looking at the clock. "Why, that's impossible." "Look, rather, monsieur," said D'Artagnan. "The clock shows it." "That's true," said M. de Treville. "I believed it later. But what can I do for you?" Then D'Artagnan told M. de Treville a long history about the Queen. He expressed to him the fears he entertained with respect to Her Majesty. He related to him what he had heard of the projects of the Cardinal with regard to Buckingham, and all with a tranquillity and candor of which M. de Treville was the most dupe, from having himself, as we have said, observed something fresh between the Cardinal, the King, and the Queen. As 10 o'clock was striking, D'Artagnan left M. de Treville, who thanked him for his information, recommended him to have the service of the King and Queen always at heart, and returned to the saloon. But at the foot of the stairs, D'Artagnan remembered he had forgotten his cane. He consequently sprang up again, re-entered the office, with a turn of his finger set the clock right again, that it might not be perceived the next day that it had been put wrong, and certain from that time that he had a witness to prove his alibi, he ran downstairs, and soon found himself in the street.